My name is Sophia, and I've learned one thing in life: you take what you want no matter the cost. I married young to a man who adored me. Ethan is sweet, loyal, and completely obsessed with me. But he's not enough. When I started working for Michael, everything changed. He's powerful, wealthy, and completely captivated by me. The business trip was my chance. A luxury hotel, a private dinner, and the perfect opportunity to get what I deserved. That first night, Michael couldn't stop staring at me. "Sophia, you're brilliant at what you do," he said, his tone layered with meaning. I smiled, leaning in just enough to tease. "I try my best," I replied, knowing exactly how to play this game. After dinner, he walked me to my room. "Good night, Sophia," he said, but I could see the hesitation in his eyes. The next night, after a few drinks, he finally said it. "I can't stop thinking about you," he confessed, his voice low and intense. I laughed softly, placing my hand on his arm. "Then stop holding back," I whispered. And just like that, I had him. That night was everything I imagined: luxury, passion, and power. Michael wasn't just my boss anymore. He was my ticket to more. The next morning, I wasn't guilty. I was confident. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I wasn't about to stop. Michael acted normal at first, but I could see the way he looked at me. I had him wrapped around my finger, and I loved it. Back home, Ethan greeted me with flowers. "I miss you so much, Sophia," he said, pulling me into a hug. I smiled sweetly. "I missed you too," I lied. Ethan was easy to manipulate, and I wasn't about to give up my comfortable life. But when Michael sent me a message, "Dinner next week," I knew I had no intention of stopping. Why should I? I wanted it all. Ethan suspected nothing, and Michael was hooked. Everything was perfect as long as I played my cards right. Ethan started noticing the late nights and the mysterious phone calls. "Sophia, is something going on?" he asked one evening. I smiled and kissed him. "You're being silly, Ethan. Work has just been hectic," I said, my voice dripping with sweetness. Meanwhile, Michael sent me gifts, jewelry, designer dresses, even a new car. I made sure Ethan never saw them. But Ethan wasn't stupid. He found one of Michael's notes in my purse. "You're everything I've ever wanted." He confronted me. "Who is he, Sophia? Tell me the truth," he demanded, his voice breaking. I rolled my eyes. "Ethan, you're overreacting." "He's just my boss," I said. But my nonchalant tone only made him angrier. "Your boss writes you love notes?" he shouted. "Sophia, I love you. Why are you doing this to us?" I shrugged. "Ethan, I love you too, but love isn't enough. I deserve more," I said coldly, walking out of the room. That night, Ethan cried himself to sleep. I could hear him from the living room, but I didn't care. I had a dinner date with Michael. As Michael poured me a glass of champagne, I smiled to myself. Ethan would never leave me. He was too obsessed. And Michael? He was too rich to resist. I had everything I wanted, and I wasn't about to give it up. Ethan confronted me again a few days later. "Sophia, I know you're seeing him. Please, just stop," he begged. I looked at him, completely unfazed. "Ethan, I've told you before." "You're imagining things," I said, rolling my eyes. "You don't even try to hide it anymore," he said, his voice breaking. "Do you even love me?" I sighed dramatically. "Ethan, of course I love you. But I also love the life Michael gives me. Can you give me that?" He stared at me in disbelief. "You're unbelievable, Sophia. I've given you everything I have." I smirked. "Exactly, Ethan, you've given me everything you have. But Michael? He gives me what I want." That night, Ethan didn't leave. He stayed, crying quietly in the bedroom while I texted Michael about our next date. The next day, Michael surprised me with a diamond necklace. "For my favorite girl," he said, placing it around my neck. "It's perfect," I said, admiring myself in the mirror. I didn't even think about Ethan as I smiled at my reflection. That evening, Ethan asked, "Where did you get that necklace?" His voice was hollow, almost resigned. "Michael gave it to me," I said bluntly. "Why should I lie?" "You already know everything." "Why are you doing this, Sophia?" he asked, tears in his eyes. "I love you, isn't that enough?" I shrugged. "Love is nice, Ethan, but it doesn't pay for luxury vacations or diamond necklaces," I said, walking past him. I thought he'd finally leave, but he didn't. Ethan stayed, hoping I'd change, hoping his love would be enough. But I didn't change. I kept seeing Michael, enjoying every moment of the life he gave me. And Ethan? He stayed right where I wanted him. I had everything: a husband who adored me and a lover who spoiled me. Life was perfect as long as I controlled the game. Ethan stopped fighting. He no longer asked questions or tried to argue. He just existed. One evening, he said, "I know I'll never be enough for you, Sophia, but I'll stay because I love you." I smiled faintly. That's sweet, Ethan, I said, patting his shoulder like he was a child. His love didn't matter to me anymore. Michael, on the other hand, started questioning things. Sophia, do you even care about me, or is it just the gifts? He asked one night. I laughed, swirling my wine glass. Michael, don't be silly. Of course I care about you, I said, but my tone was anything but sincere. He narrowed his eyes. Sometimes I feel like you're just using me, he said. I leaned in, placing my hand on his arm. Michael, if I didn't care, would I be here right now? I asked softly. He hesitated, then nodded. I had him right where I wanted. Ethan, meanwhile, continued to spiral. He drank more, stayed out late, and avoided me as much as he could. Not that I cared. One day, he confronted me again. Sophia, you've destroyed me, he said, tears streaming down his face. But I can't leave you. I tilted my head, pretending to care. Ethan, you've always been so dramatic, I said with a smirk. His pain didn't bother me. Michael, on the other hand, started pulling away. I think we need to take a break, he said one evening. I shrugged. That's fine, Michael. Do what you need to do, I said, already texting another potential admirer. Men like him were replaceable. Ethan, despite everything, stayed. I'll never stop loving you, Sophia, he said, his voice hollow. I smiled faintly. I know, I replied. I didn't need love or loyalty. I needed power, luxury, and freedom. And as long as I had those, nothing else mattered. This is my story, a story of ambition, manipulation, and getting exactly what I wanted. No regrets, no apologies. Some call me selfish, others call me heartless. But I call myself something else, a survivor. And I don't plan on stopping.